because I have always been, trying to understand the basic structure of the zodiac. Advanced things we can learn at any time, but only thing is if our fundamentals, the roots are strong, then only we can build up on the roots for giving advanced knowledge. Sometime back, I think some 15 years back, I was reading Parashara Hora. There I have, or I think Bharat Jatak, if I'm right, I noticed a rule that if sun is in the seventh house, it spoils the marital life. Right. So I was trying to understand why that rule was given. So with my limited knowledge, I tried to develop that particular rule because sun is the fifth lord of the natural zodiac and is debilitating in the seventh house. Therefore, it could spoil the marital life. But if the same sun is in seventh house for other lagnas, is it going to do the same thing? That was my question. And also, there are 12 houses given in the zodiac, and each house is owned by a particular planet. And what is the symmetry of the zodiac? Why the first house is given to Mars, second house is given to Venus, the third house is given to Mercury and all. Okay, so on and so forth. Except Sun and Moon, all other planets are given 2 houses each. Right? So in the process of understanding, I have spent almost 20 years now. But one lecture I heard in YouTube, one Tamil lecture given by Mr. Guru Rajagopal. So there he has opened up some of the secrets of Kalapurusha. You can call it the code of Kalapurusha or the secret of Kalapurusha or the blank chart prediction, whatever the name you can give. So to understand the structure or the symmetry of the Kalapurusha, very basic level only it was explained, and I'm inspired by that, and I could get some of the answers for my questions. I'm going to discuss about those things now. So don't worry, there's only one slide. I'm not going to give much. So this is what? So these are the 3 charts on which I'm going to explain my understanding of the structure of the zodiac. The first chart is of the own signs of the planets of the zodiac, that is Mars owns the first house, the Aries, Venus the second house, Taurus, and so on. And the second chart is of exaltation signs of the planets. Sun exalts in the first house, Moon exalts in the second house of the Kalapurusha zodiac. And exactly the opposite signs are the debilitation signs of the planets. Okay. Now, let us see from the beginning. The first house of the Kalapurusha is ruled by Mars. Okay. Where I'll try to take the pointer to show. Okay. In the first house of the Kalapurusha, Sun exalts, right? And in the second house of the Kalapurusha, Moon exalts. That means Aries is a male sign. In male sign, Sun exalts. For males, Sun is the head. That means Sun represents the males, and Moon, it exalts in a female sign. Moon represents females. There. sun and moon are the king and queen of the planetary kingdom. Also, sun and moon are two eyes, that is right eye and left. Okay. For anyone who has sun in Lagna, irrespective of the Lagna it is, like it could be a Aries, it could be Taurus, it could be Mercury or Gemini, it could be Libra, or it could be Capricorn or Aquarius. Whoever has sun in Lagna, that person has the Daiva Bala, he has devotion to duty, he has magnanimous character. Okay. And the person will have good life. Similarly, if someone has Saturn in Lagna, that means in the first house of the Kalapurusha, see, whatever the principles or the basics I am telling, the same should be applied to the individual horoscopes. And we are trying to mingle the Kalapurusha Tattva to the each of the Lagnas here. Therefore, if anyone has sun in Lagna, he will have prominently the sun qualities, right? And if a person has Saturn in Lagna, what happens? In Aries, Saturn debilitates. So, the person could be of a high stature person in life. He could be a very good businessman, he could be a very good doctor or whatever it is. The Saturn qualities will be there for that person. What we mean by Saturn qualities? That is, if a person is into your business, very good business, or is a Karodpati also, the person will have the Saturn quality skills. He will try not to give the salaries to the individuals, the people working under him. Okay. So he may be argumentative. He may try to take the money from others. That means he is not interested to give the required salaries or promised money to the others. So these type of qualities the person will have, whatever may be the stature of the person. Okay. Now, as I said, sun is the head of the male side, and Venus is the head of, moon is the head of the females. Now, for Aries, the seventh house is Libra, ruled by Venus. Therefore, for males, the wife means we should look at the Venus. For females, that is, moon exalts in Taurus. From Taurus, it is the seventh house is Scorpio. So, for females, husband means we should consider Mars. This is how the rule has come. That means for male persons, we should look at Venus for wife. For females, we should look at Mars for husband. Okay. Now, secondly, for males, that is from Aries, the longevity sign is Mars. Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars again. Okay. And therefore, when we look or match the horoscopes for a male person, we should look at the 8th house for his longevity. For females, what we should look for is the Sagittarius side, where the Mula Nakshatra is there and also the Purvashada Nakshatra is there. For females, it is said the Mula Nakshatra is not good and also Purvashada Nakshatra is not good. Okay. So this is how we have to understand the first house. And for first house, that is the Aries, Mercury is the third lord and sixth lord. Okay. And Mercury is also the eighth lord from Scorpio. Therefore, in whichever horoscope Mercury and Mars are conjoined in any house, that house will suffer. The Karakatwas of that house will suffer, irrespective of the Lagna. If Mercury and Mars are conjoined in a particular Bhava, that Bhava Karakatwas will suffer a lot. Okay. Because Mercury is giving the results of third house, sixth house, as well as the 12th house of the Kalapurusha, where it gets debilitated. So, what are the things or what are the houses it is affecting is your self-effort, your sixth house, your disease, and your Sukhasthana, that is the 12th house, where you enjoy your comforts. So these houses are affected when Mercury Dasha is going on or Mercury Bhukti is going on. And if such Mercury is conjoined with the Lagna Lord, that is the Lagna Lord and the conjunction of sixth Lord and also the eighth Lord from the eighth house, that is 8 from 8 is again the longevity house. So if these two planets are conjoined in any particular horoscope and located or placed in a particular bhava, that bhava will suffer. Now coming to second house. Second house is ruled by Venus, where moon exalts. What is second house is? Basically, it is the finance. So finance, where finance is going, it is first going to the moon, that is the mother. Then secondly, it is going to the Venus, that is wife. So in our life, our earnings go to mother first, then Venus or spouse. So when we look at the second house, we should look at Venus as well as moon. When the second lord Dasha is going on, the person will have good income, good wealth, but which house is getting spoiled? It is the seventh house, because second house is 8 from the seventh. That means if a person is concentrating more on finances and he is into earning spree, then he is going to suffer in the seventh house. Seventh house is not only the spouse and also is partnership. That means when second lord Dasha comes, the person should be careful. He should take care of his seventh house properly. He should not neglect. That means he should keep harmony with his wife or spouse and his cordial relationship with his partnership. Right. These things he should take care. Then, coming to the third house, as I told you, it is ruled by Mercury, the natural Kalapurusha zodiac. Mercury is the lord of the third house and the sixth house. Third house is the self-effort, and sixth house is your Runa, Roga, and Shatru. When third house is getting operated, in the sense that if Mercury Dasha and Bhukti is going on, our third lord Dasha and Bhukti is going on. Now try to mingle the Kalapurusha Tattva with your own third house or whatever the house I am quoting. Okay, it is going to spoil your sixth house. Whenever we talk of Mercury, it is sixth house first, because it is the one house, exaltation house, and also Mula Trikona house. If Mercury is very strong in your chart, your sixth house is going to get affected. Thereby, your 12th house is going to get affected. That means because of the Runa, Roga, and Shatru, you are diseased and you are isolated. You may be hospitalized. You may run into losses. And what other things Mercury gives? Your debts. when Mercury Dasha starts, and if somebody takes a loan, it goes to the entire 17 years of the Mercury Dasha. Other planets may not give their results in their own bhuktis, but Mercury gives throughout his 17 years the results of Mercury. So one must be careful about it, and also it is better that you take a long-term loan during Mercury Dasha so that you are not bothered much. You spread out that particular loan to your 17 years of the Mercury Dasha and be peaceful. If you take care of this, then other things will be taken care. Here, the main crux of this particular presentation is how the symmetry is in the Kalapurusha Tattva and how we are required to adapt to it for a better life. Okay. Then, coming to the and also during the Mercury Dasha, as it is the 8th lord from the 8th house, it may give maraka also. It may affect the longevity of the person. So that should be taken. Now, coming to the 4th house. 4th house in the sense, we know it is a Sukhasthana, that is, our comforts, our properties, our vehicles, all types of homely comforts we think of. But you must keep in mind here that the Lagna Lord himself gets debilitated. Mars gets debilitated in the 4th house. And who is getting exalted? The 9th Lord Jupiter is getting exalted. Okay. Here, 4th house, when it is operating, it is hitting your 9th house because it is the 8th house from the 9th house. When there is a strong 4th Lord, strong moon, and his Dasha and Antardasha or Prachantara is operating, you may be acquiring some properties, getting all types of comforts, but at the cost of your father. Your father may be in danger when the 4th Dasha is operating. And also, for 4th house, Jupiter is the 6th lord and Saturn is the 8th lord. See how beautifully these planets are placed. So, when Saturn and Jupiter are conjoined in any horoscope and aspecting the 4th house, Cancer, 4th lord, and the Dasha Bhukti Antara of the Saturn or Jupiter are operating, the person will have some physical disability. Either he may break his leg, he may meet with some accident, but definitely something or the other, some disability the person will have. Therefore, we should not be happy that our strong 4th house Dasha is getting operated, but take care of your father. Your 9th house is getting affected. Okay. Then, another rule is, when 7th lord is posited in the 4th house, the person's marriage will take place in the absence of father. Because again, it is the 8th house from father. That means the person's marriage may take place after his father dies or in his absence. That means the person may love somebody and elope with somebody. Okay. Then, therefore, when we are talking about the 4th house, we should talk about Jupiter as well as Mars. It is always better to buy properties, vehicles, and acquire all types of comforts in the Jupiter Dasha Bhukti Antara, but take care when it is Mars Dasha Bhukti Antara is operating, because it is the debilitation sign for the Mars, the Lagna Lord. So in Mars Dasha Bhukti Antara, it is better to sell the property. That means it is better you can do some real estate business. Don't buy anything for yourself. Okay. Then Coming to the fifth house, it is a very important house ruled by Sun. It is known as the Purva Punya Sthana. It indicates our forefathers. Okay. Sun gives children. It is the fifth house of the Kala Purusha. But see, fifth house is 8 from the 10th house. When Sun Dasha Bhukti Antara is operating, what generally we think is the person's profession will be good. He will have some good government connections, all those things. But see here, for 10th house, 5th house is the 8th house. Therefore, never predict any good professional things in Sun Dasha Bhukti, because it is the 8th house from the 10th house. In the Dasha Bhukti Antara of the Sun, the person will definitely see a fall in his profession. Also, when a child is born in a particular family, definitely the person will have some disturbance in his profession, because it is again, and if he doesn't have any disturbance in his profession, it's better to take some break in the 5th Lord Dasha, or when a person has a child, because it is going to affect his profession. If the person is not concentrating much on the 5th house and is only concentrating on the 10th house, his ladder will go 10th house to 11th house, but his sun will go down to debilitation. That means if a person is concentrating more on his business or his profession, is neglecting his children, definitely the children are going to suffer. This is a balance which has to be balanced properly. If more weightage is given to a particular sign, particular bhava, the other sign is going to come down. If you are more concentrating on your children only, then again it is going to come down. Therefore, we should be very careful when we are thinking of the 5th house. Suppose you are giving a good balance to the 10th house and the 5th house. What is going to happen? That means the Mars, the Lagna Lord is getting exalted. Your 5th house, the Sun is getting exalted. Your Saturn, the 10th house, is getting exalted in the 7th house. That means when you are having the perfect balance on the 10th house and the 5th house, your family is taken care, your children are taken care, you yourself are taken care, that is, you are getting exalted, and the 10th Lord is getting exalted in the 7th house. That means your family life is taken care, your partnership is taken care. So this is how we are required to balance the 5th house and 10th house activities. Therefore, we can balance our life properly. Okay, then coming to the 6th house, the Mercury. We have already discussed about Mercury. So when Mercury Dasha is getting operated, you must be careful about your health. You should take proper care of your health, so that you can, and your debts also should be under your control. Okay. Coming to the 7th bhava, Venus. 7th bhava also requires a bit of explanation, because Venus is the ruler of the 7th house, and in this particular sign, who is getting exalted? Saturn is getting exalted, and Sun, the 5th Lord, is getting debilitated. So the activities of the seventh house are controlled by Saturn because Saturn is getting exalted in the seventh house. And Sun, a separative planet, is getting debilitated in the seventh house. Therefore, one must be careful in fixing muhurtas for marriage. You should never fix a muhurta for marriage on a Sunday. Also, you should never fix muhurta on the days of the stars, Uttara, Uttarashada, ruled by Sun. And if someone comes to you for fixing a muhurta on Sunday, just because nowadays it has become a fashion that everybody is having a holiday, so we'll perform a marriage on holiday. It is not good. So the marriage performed on Sunday, mostly it is going to get separated because Sun is a separative planet. It is getting debilitated in the seventh house. Then, when you have to perform marriage, it's better you perform marriage on the days of the nakshatras of Saturn, that is Pushyami, Anuradha, and Uttarabhadra, and also the main star in this particular sign is Rahu, Swati Nakshatra. These nakshatras are known as Daiva Muhurta Nakshatras. So, one should be very careful when we are operating the seventh house. Secondly, you can fix muhurtas on the nakshatras of Venus and the antras of Venus. But when somebody is getting Sandasha Bhukti or Antara, it is better you perform the marriage before the Sandasha starts or Bhukti starts or Antara starts, or wait till the Sun DBA is completed. Okay. Another example I will give you, that one person has fallen in love with someone, but the parents are not interested to perform the marriage of that girl or boy, and they approached you that they would like that their daughter or son should listen to their words and believe the person. And when you see the horoscope of the native, you have noticed that that person is going to get the Sandasha Bhukti Antara, then you can very well advise them, be patient. They are going to get separated because Sandasha Bhukti Antara is going to come. Or if Sandasha Bhukti Antara is not approaching, see where Sun is located in their chart, whether it is Chara, Sthira, Disvabhava. Accordingly, you perform remedy for Sun. Definitely, they are going to get separated. This is the remedy for such type of things. And if somebody got married or somebody is fallen in love in Saturn Dasha Bhukti Antara, same situation comes. It is better you advise the parents that they are not going to get separated because that is fixed. That is their destiny. And if someone has marital problems, catch hold of Saturn. Do some parihara for Saturn. Serve old age people. Serve physically handicapped people. Then definitely the marital problems will get solved. Okay. Then one more remedy you can see is when Sandasha Bhukti Antara is operating. If you feel you may experience some marital problems, it is better you shut your mouth. Don't argue with your wife. Or take some break. Go out on business or on your job to another city. Stay for some time and come back up. It may also solve it. Okay. Then, coming to 8th house, Scorpio. Here, Moon is getting debilitated. Who is Moon? Moon is your mother. Moon is your fourth lord. Moon is your comforts. When Moon debilitates, the person's longevity gets reduced. Therefore, here the underlying point is, who is spoiling the 8th house? The Lagna Lord himself is spoiling the 8th house because he is holding the 8th house here. That means the Lagna Lord, the person should take care of his mother properly. He should earn his properties in a straightforward way so that his ending, 8th house is ending. The death of the person will be good. Otherwise, the person is going to suffer at the end of his life. Take care that your mother is properly taken care. You should never get the curse of your mother or some elderly people, elderly ladies, your elder sister, so that your end will be good. That means your longevity is not reduced. Your death will be good. See how the symmetry is. See, the Lagna Lord is holding the Dharma house and the Moksha house, where another Moksha Sthana Lord, Moon, is getting debilitated. These are the two planets which have the Nicha Parivartana. Moon debilitates in Scorpio, Mars debilitates in Cancer. Take care of your mother. Take care of your elderly ladies. Or see that your comforts are in a straightforward. Don't earn properties or vehicles by what do you call, by unlawful means. Okay. Coming to the 9th house, another important house. 9th house is our Mula Sthana. That is our father, where the Mula Nakshatra is there. 9th house is our Mula, and for 9th house, his Mula is the 5th house. That's how is the Purva Punya Sthana, forefathers. This is the triangle, Dharma Trikona. Okay. That means Jupiter is the planet which takes care of a person throughout his life, because Jupiter from this particular sign is aspecting the Lagna and also is the 5th house. Okay. Where Jupiter is getting debilitated in the Karma Sthana, the 10th house. Okay. Another Trikona is, this is the Dharma Trikona, Mars, Sun and Jupiter. Another Trikona is Saturn, Mercury and Venus. They hold the Kama Trikona and the Karma Trikona. Okay. 2, 6, 10, it is the Karma Trikona. Then 3, 7, 11, it is the Kama Trikona. So the people who are having more planets in the Mercury signs, Venus signs, Saturn signs, their only motive is to earn and enjoy. That's all. They are not bothered about this particular Trikona. So in the 9th house, if Jupiter takes care of his father well, it is not going to affect your children. See the symmetry, how it is given. Mars, the Lagna Lord, the self. 5th house is his children. For 5th house, his children, and his father is 9th house. That means his father, Mula, is in the 5th house, our 5th house. If father has taken care of his 9th house properly, if he has performed the karmas, that means the rituals of his father or your forefather, you are taken care. And 9th house is the sthana of the Guru. Guru is the only person who will take you out of any type of problems in the life. Therefore, you must have a proper Guru. Respect your Guru. Okay. He will take care of you throughout your life. This we have learned even from Mahabharata, where for Arjuna, the Guru is the Dronacharya. He has taken care of Arjuna very well. That is, the Guru can change your life. Therefore, catch hold of the Guru. But you see, whenever Jupiter Dasha Bhukti Antra operates, you should never start a new business because Jupiter debilitates in the 10th house. You can buy properties, the 4th house. You have a good comforts because it gets exactly in the 4th house. And 12th house matters also. You have a good sleep. Go for good higher education. Build temples. But never start a new business because it is getting debilitated in the 10th house. So, whenever Jupiter Dasha Bhukti Antra operates, don't advise them to go for new business or new profession. They can enjoy all types of benefits, except they should not touch the 10th house matters. Okay. Then, coming to the 10th house, the Karmasthana, ruled by Saturn. As we have already discussed, the 10th house, a person can be a good professional, he may be a good businessman, anything. But he needs to balance. He should be straightforward in his business. Otherwise, what is going to happen? The Lagna Lord gets debilitated, his 5th Lord gets debilitated. Ultimately, the 10th house profession also gets debilitated. Therefore, the person should be straightforward in his profession, in his conduct of business. He should not live on others' money. Suppose if he is doing a business, he should pay proper payments to his servants or subordinates, should respect his subordinates. He should not belittle anybody. Therefore, the Lagna Lord himself gets exalted here. Another point, when single Mars is there in the 10th house, the person's profession will be very high. The 10th house should not get connected to the Sun or Jupiter, because Sun is the 8th Lord from 10th house and Jupiter gets debilitated in the 10th house. But Saturn and Mars can get connected to the 10th house for good profession, good business life. Okay. Then, coming to then again, as I told you when I discussed about the 5th house, there should be a proper balance between the 10th house. If you are only concentrating on the 10th house, your 5th house is going to go down. Okay. Then, coming to the 11th house. 11th house is your desires, fulfillment of desires. But here another point I would like to say. As Moon is getting controlled with Jupiter and Saturn, because they are the 6th and 8th lords, Sun also is getting controlled with the 6th and 8th lords, Jupiter and Saturn. See the beauty of the symmetry of the zodiac. Both the king and queen are getting controlled by Sun and Jupiter, because they are the 6th and 8th lords of the Sun and Moon, the Leo and Cancer. Coming to the 11th house, your house of gains. If your business or if your profession is straightforward, your earnings will be straightforward. But if you are not earning if you are earning in unlawful means, what is going to get affected? Your 4th house is going to get affected, because from 4th house, 11th house is the 8th house. That means whenever 11th Lord Dasha comes, there is a possibility of mother's illness, mother's death. So what is that you are going to get balanced is your rightful way of doing business, rightful way of doing your profession. So that only takes care of the 4th house. Okay. Then, lastly, but not least, 12th house, Jupiter. Who is getting exalted is Venus. Who is getting debilitated is Mercury. Here again, there is a morale here. If a person is more into enjoyment or all sorts of things, Venus, because it is getting exalted. Jupiter is also a Bhoga Karaka, and conjoined is Venus, the exalted Venus. So what is that he's going to get? Mercury is getting debilitated. That means his third house, 6th house, and 12th house are getting spoiled. Therefore, one should balance his life such a way that none of the negative things are getting operated for. Okay. Now when we go to the dashas, now when Mars dasha operates, what are the things you can predict? Is the person will be good at professionally because Mars gets exalted in 10th house, but he should take care of the 4th house activities, like he should not get into buying a property. He can only sell the property because it is not going to gain him much if he is buying the property in the Mars dasha bhuktiyantara. He should not be rash in his driving because 4th house is vehicles. So then coming to Sun dasha will take first. So Sun dasha means what are the things a person can expect? He may get children, he will get good elevation in life, but professionally some disturbances will be there. Then comes to the 7th house, there may be separation of family. So these are the general rules. Then go to Moon. Moon dasha means, yes, good finances, good education at basic level. Then take care of your mother well. Otherwise, it is going to get debilitated. Your longevity is getting debilitated. And Moon dasha, your father is going to get affected because it is the 8th house from father. Similarly, then comes to Mars dasha, we have explained. Then Rahu dasha. Rahu, because he doesn't have any own house, we should consider Rahu in a particular, wherever it is posited in the nakshatra star of a planet and the planets which are conjoined with it. And in Rahu dasha, it is in two parts, 9 years and 9 years. If Rahu is giving very good results in the first 9 years, it is going to spoil the other 9 years. And if it is giving bad results in the first 9 years, it is going to give very good results in the other 9 years. This is what we have to remember. Then Guru dasha, as I already told you, don't touch a new profession. Go for good comforts, buy a house, buy vehicles, have higher education. Then your life will be good. Then come to Saturn dasha. As I told you, Saturn dasha, be good to your profession, then it will take care of your family. Otherwise, he is going to get debilitated in Lagna itself. That will be nowhere. Then Mercury, we have discussed about Mercury. Take care of 3, 6, and 12 houses. Then comes to Mercury ke baad mein na Ketu. Ketu, we have already told about Rahu. Then Venus dasha. Be careful about your health because Venus is getting debilitated in the 6th house. You will have good finances. Your comforts will be good because it is exaltation in the 12th house. But be careful about the 6th house matters. Okay. Thank you very much. I think I have put my points